Spotlight over the city.
You ready to rock, y'all? To the beat, y'all. Keep going, man, you don't stop.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.
Welcome to Spotlight over the city, and I'm here with the one and only, the big homie of all big homies, Mr. James Prince himself. What's going on, big homie?
Oh, yeah. What's up, DC?
I put the spotlight on your city.
The moral voice of the movie. I'm playing a old school cat that's in a wheelchair.
I'm gonna get them first, so that's how that's gonna work.
You got warrants in D.C.?
I got warrants all over the place. I got warrants in 6 countries.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they Hollywood, baby.
I follow in the E-class with the goggles, 96 models.
No, we can't take it. I can't take it.
The one and only Guy Lambert is in the building tonight.
I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they Hollywood, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight.
Say your spotlight over the city is on and bigger than y'all think.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they Hollywood, baby.
What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? He was clapping, so I put it back to that boy.
Oh, yeah.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar.
I'm backstage with the one and only Mr. Trey Chaney. Give it up, one.
And when you in the DMV, you rocking with Spotlight over the city.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar.
Spotlight over the city.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight over the city. I am your host, Stan Long, along with the lovely Terry T-Bone, one leg long. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Yeah.
Man, we got a live audience today, too. Y'all got a lit show. We got an amazing, amazing show for you guys today. I'm excited about it because of the topic. Side Chickology.
Yes.
The Pastor Battle. He's in the building.
Don't get too excited about that side chick stuff.
Yeah. No, well, I ain't excited for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited because actually we were going through some of the book. Before I get into that, we'll finish intro on the show. Shout out everybody all over the place. They told me don't do that to the end, but it's a habit. So I got to shout out everybody listening, the whole DMV, the whole, everybody. Atlanta, they say VA, I better say VA. They say, you better say Virginia in the building. So Virginia in the building.
Right.
Ohio, we moving around a little bit.
That's right. So, everybody, like he said.
Bless you for tuning in to Spotlight over the city. We definitely appreciate the love, man. And Atlanta, definitely can't leave out ATL.
Yes.
So shout out to everybody at the sound of my voice. We appreciate you. My Facebook listeners, right? We shout out you guys too for being faithful.
Yes.
On a regular. We appreciate you.
Yes, and thank you to our home team, Urban Style Media. We love you all, family. Yes.
For sure.
Yes. But coming up on today's show, we've got our girl Jeannie Jones back this week for our 60 Seconds of Hollywood. And we have got Pastor Keith Battle coming back for our part 2 discussion of Side Chickology, his best-selling book.
Side Chickology.
Yes, and closing out the show with a live lit performance. Listen here, I heard him in sound check. You all are in for a treat.
I mean,
right?
a super treat.
Man,
and
listen.
we taking it West Coast. You already know LA to DC.
Yes.
We're going straight to Mrs. Jeannie Jones out in LA. 60 seconds with our sweetheart.
Yeah, we'll be
Jeannie.
coming up with her in a few minutes. We're going to recap our weekend. We went to the Black-Owned Wine and Spirits Festival.
Yeah, shout out to when I tell you black people are showing off.
Yes, they are.
Days, I love my people too, though.
Yes,
be clear.
yes.
So when we get there, it's a bunch of blackness going on. Beautiful event and a whole bunch of new vendors too. Shout out to Whiskey Right, the home team,
That's
Food
right.
Ray, Vodka. These are people who own their own products.
Black people, y'all.
This is how you create legacies, right? So this
That's
is
right.
what they're doing. And so I love it. And so it was great. We had a good time too, right?
We had a really fun time. I do have a really quick clip of it if you want to see.
Okay, well, let's
You wanna
rock
see?
in Spotlight. We'll be right
This is
back.
real
Spotlight
quick.
of the city.
Yeah. It was fun.
Oh.
come on, oh, come on. Oh, yeah. We gon' ride.
Yes,
That
it
was a
amazing.
good time,
Yes.
a good
And we
time.
are
So
back.
shout out to
Spotlight
you
of
all.
the City.
You all put on an amazing event. I can't wait till next year. It's going to be 5-year anniversary next year, so you know it's going to be super lit.
It's been 5 years already?
Yeah, this was year 4.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We didn't do much else this weekend. You know, since my leg has been messed up, we don't get out and do much of these spotlight events over the weekend. But
Yeah, I'm still babysitting.
yes, he's been a great nurse and all of that. You've been a great caretaker,
I've been
hubby.
doing good.
Yes, you've been doing good.
You don't listen,
I'm gonna
but I
put this
still
one
be
leg to work for you, baby.
Okay, that's what we got. That's how you keep the side chicks off. You got bust it down. Break it down.
I know that's right.
Yeah, don't never stop that.
Okay.
Always, yeah.
Okay,
That's
mental
good.
note. I got it. Okay, I got that.
That's how you
Listen, we were doing a promo for the All Black Extravaganza for the last 2 weeks, and Jeannie Jones announced the winner today. And it happens to be one of our Facebook,
Facebook friend.
Annetta Graham
Yes,
is the
Annetta
winner. Gonna
Graham.
be partnering
Yes,
with
come
us
on down.
on October the 19th at the DC Renaissance, the All Black Extravaganza featuring Grammy-nominated artist Ro James, and many other artists are going to be there. On the red carpet, it's going to be me and Stan. So you all get your tickets. Come hang out with us on October 19th on the red carpet. All black, sexy outfits. That's right. We're going to have an amazing time. And Jeannie Jones is hosting that event. So you all get your tickets and come on and hang out with us.
Once again, shout out Kitty of the City.
Yeah.
Jeannie Jones, our own Jeannie Jones.
We're about to get to her right about now. We're going to do a quick commercial break, and we're going to get Jeannie Jones on for you all.
60 seconds. We'll be right back. Spotlight.
Right back. All right.
I said we'll be right back.
Spotlight over the city.
You ready to rock, y'all? To the beat, y'all. Keep going, and you don't stop.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city.
Welcome to Spotlight over the City, and I'm here with the one and only, the big homie of all big homies, Mr. James Prince himself. What's going on, big homie?
Oh, yeah. What's up, DC?
I put the spotlight on your city.
The moral voice of the movie. I'm playing a old school cat that's in a wheelchair.
I'm gonna get them first, so that's how that's gonna work.
Yes.
You got warrants in D.C.?
I got warrants all over the place. I got warrants in 6 countries.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby.
I'm a $20. I follow in the E class with the goggles. 96 models.
No, we can't take it. I can't take it.
The one and only Guy Lambert is in the building tonight.
I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATL,
Say your spotlight over the city is on to something bigger than y'all think.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good.
60 Seconds of Hollywood.
With Jeannie Jones.
Yes, we are back, you all, and we got our girl Jeannie Jones hanging out, waiting for us. She always got the tea.
60 seconds.
Yeah, she's got the Hollywood tea. Bring Jeannie in, y'all.
Where's our intro music? There's our kitty of the city.
Hey, girl.
Meow.
What's up, miss?
How are you? What's up, T-Bomb? What up, Stan?
Welcome to the Spotlight.
Absolutely. Look, you know, it's October. important month for domestic violence and breast cancer, and especially with Matthew Knowles coming out, Beyonce's dad and Solange. He's had surgery already for one breast, and he's planning later on the beginning of the year to remove the other breast. And so a lot of people still say, oh my goodness, men with breast cancer, yes, and our men. So ladies and fellas, make sure you get your checkup. And I appreciate and keep him lifted in your prayers for speaking out on that. My girl, Tiffany Haddish, she going to Ellen DeGeneres show talking about who she done bumped booties with nobody knew. Y'all know she done called out Chingy, right? Y'all remember Chingy, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Right
Yes.
there, right
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look, he done clapped back like, nah, I did not smash that. She bumped booties with my brother. Now, you know how that gets. Sometimes, lady, maybe you did bump booties with somebody, but you wish they was somebody else. We won't talk about that, though. Chingy said if he tapped it, he would admit it. So we got to find out who lying on that part, though. And then R. Kelly, yo, he in jail, upset, mad that not one, they said one girlfriend can come through, Kels. He like, no, I need both my buns in jail. They were like, So look, but Kels is like, look, I'm suffering. He in jail talking about, I got anxiety, I got swollen fingers and a hernia. But hold up, don't you get a hernia from lifting heavy stuff? Thick fingers in prison? Where you get that from?
Right.
I ain't gonna mess with that though, okay? And we gotta give props to Viola Davis. She just was cast to play Michelle Obama in a TV series coming out called First Ladies. I can't wait for that. And speaking of Michelle Obama, let's say happy anniversary. 27 years of marriage with Michelle and Barack. So it's all good. See, they power couple like you, T-Bomb and Stan. That's 60 Seconds of Hollywood. I'm Jeannie Jones. Meow.
Yeah.
Love you, baby.
Love you, baby.
Thank you.
Love you more.
Bye-bye.
Kitty of the city.
Kitty
Y'all
of
already know.
every
From
city.
DC to
That's
LA,
right.
Round your way. We
That's
here.
right. From
Spotlight over the
DC
city.
to LA. Listen, we can just keep on going then and get right into the news. How about that?
Spotlight News.
Spotlight News is sponsored by.
I gotta put my glasses on for that. You're trying to read something. You know, we
Man, you
40
supposed
plus.
to be ready. Spotlight News is sponsored by.
The one and only Umbrella Therapeutic Services. You already know.
Ella.
And that's my man Wes, the CE to the EO.
Yes.
Shout out Wes.
Umbrella Therapeutic Services is DC's most reliable and trusted behavioral health organization. They do community support, medication management. They have therapy for individuals and groups, diagnostic assessments, and if you're a DC resident, you can go if your age is 5 to 100. So if you're over 100, you might have to. Yeah, you might. They might not.
We just
can't do
gonna
anything.
give you heavy prayer.
Yeah.
And meditation.
Yeah.
Meditation and heavy prayer.
Right. But listen, if you need mental health services, there's a stigma about mental health. We want you to get the care you need from Umbrella Therapeutic Services. You can call them at 1-888-793-4357. Again, that number is 1-888-793-4357. Ask for Umbrella Therapeutic Services. Tell them Spotlight Over the City sent you.
For sure. And on a serious note, it is a serious issue. Mental health is a really serious issue.
Yes.
And do not think that you should exclude yourself from getting what we call mental checkups or tune-ups.
That's right.
It's not just for others, it's for all.
That is absolutely right. Your friend, the girl that we've been talking about the last few days, Amber.
Friend?
Well, she's not really your friend, but she's the police officer.
Can't say my friend when you say this young lady. Don't do that.
I'm just joking. Amber Guyger, I think that's how you say her last name, found guilty for murdering Botham Jean in his own apartment, and she has been sentenced to 10 years in prison. There's a lot of talk going on about this situation for a number of reasons, and we can dive right into it with just getting 10 years for going into someone's house and shooting them dead.
With no just cause, no weapons drawn, no threat to you. First things first, how do you mistakenly be in someone's apartment? How do you not know where you are, where you live?
Listen, that's
if you're not inebriated. How does that happen? Secondly, how did you get in to someone else's apartment? I'm just still not.
Those are still the mysteries to me. I mean, there's been a lot of different variations of the story. We were talking about it earlier today in the hair salon, and someone was saying that she used to date the brother, And
So
so
it was familiar.
that's why they were familiar, and she was familiar with that apartment, you know. So maybe she had intel as to, you know, when the door was going to be open. I don't know, but
why the shooting?
What exactly? What I do know is she shot him dead.
So now the 10-year thing bothered me because she was facing from 5 to
28, right?
Life, right?
Yeah.
So the problem I'm having is, as an officer, right? You're not just a citizen at this point. You're an officer.
Yep.
A paid person of the community.
Yep.
So now you have to go over and above,
Right.
to do your job. And when you end up shooting someone innocently in cold blood, I think that you should be held more accountable than 10 years in prison. But on the other hand, I'll show you what the brother did. Do we have a clip on this?
We don't have a clip on that, but the brother, and there's been talks about that too, honey. People are saying, referencing the movie Get Out.
So anyway, I'll tell y'all what happened, and then I'll let T-Bomb. So what happened was, I was watching the clip, and the young man was like, he approached this young lady Amber, and he gave her a hug and said that his brother would have wanted her not to go to prison, but to give her life to Jesus the Christ. And so I like that move. I don't know what the underlying tone. This Terry can give us the underline, but I just like that, though. I don't know that she shouldn't go to prison, but still give your life to Jesus Christ while you're in there. That's what I'm saying. Because you still come home. You're not old. So you come home and then give your life. You be ready to go. You got a lot of time to meditate and do all that. That'll help you out.
Yeah, well, social media has gone crazy over it because no one understands or even embraces this thing of, you know, you killed my brother and I'm in here hugging you. Like, they not getting it. They not connecting it.
Well, because you have to have a certain level of spirituality to see. Everybody, it's levels.
Right.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, some people go to church for formality. They just go to church.
Right.
They don't know the word. They don't know too much of none of that.
Right.
They just want to tell you they was that church.
Right.
Then some people study to show themselves approved, and then some people go way beyond. When you get to a certain level, you don't think like
normal
Jesus didn't
people.
think like me.
Right.
Because I couldn't be Jesus. You see what I'm talking about?
Right.
I'm David.
Right. You David.
Let's be clear on that. I love God, but I'm not Jesus, though.
What's going on?
What's happening?
What? Okay.
Oh,
no,
we have a clip.
We have a clip.
Look at our production.
Look at the engineer.
Wait,
I'm
well,
like,
shout
what's
out
going
Justin
on?
and Mighty Mouse for holding us down when we don't be knowing we held down.
We don't be right.
Okay. And so this is the clip of the young man, and I don't know if they whispering or kissing on each other or hugging or doing sweet nothings, but I think that it's a good thing. I think that right now he's saying, I forgive you for him.
Right. Right. Well,
and that takes a lot. We one of the people that do that, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know that other races of people are more forgiving than
They don't have what we have.
We something else, huh?
Yeah, we are.
That's why we know we chose.
Yeah, we are. That's right, baby. Moving on. Congratulations to Tyler Perry for his star on the Hollywood Hawk of Fame. I said Hawk of Fame. The Hollywood Walk of Fame. I really, really like Tyler Perry a lot.
I do too.
And what he stands for and his story, his journey, his struggles. And I'm really proud of him. And I think that he deserves that star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So congratulations to you, Mr. Tyler Perry.
Yes, congratulations. Big time congrats for everything that he does. He definitely deserves it. I'm talking about a guy who was sleeping in his vehicle 12 years ago.
Yeah. So,
Got to love it.
Shout out to you, Tyler Perry. Jay-Z is getting slammed again on social media because he didn't include any black artists at the halftime show in Miami for the Super Bowl. You know, they put him in charge of the halftime show production for the Super Bowl, and they are just like slamming him again. They're like, you know, Uncle Luke made a post yesterday and said, you know, that Jay-Z should have told them in the NFL, if y'all not gonna put these black artists on the Super Bowl halftime show, then I ain't doing it. And
how you feel about it?
I don't care. Like, I really just don't care.
I believe in good entertainment, first of all, right?
Right.
And so you have to be diverse because everybody at the Super Bowl is not black. I don't know why we think that everything is about blackness. Second of all, black people don't just listen to black genre of music.
Yeah, they have J-Lo and Shakira.
And J-Lo is our genre. So, like, at the end of the day, Latino, all of this music is worldwide music, and all of us listen to it. We watch the transitions, and you can't put us in a box. So some people are in a box. They want you in there with them.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at Jay. I rock with Jay. He's cutting edge. He's the one who... Like I told you billionaires don't talk to little kids and all that. They talk to other billionaires. So if you don't have a billionaire in your circle, let him go before you, can you please? and just be cool with that. Somebody got to go. You can't always be there. If you took all of these people with all this mouth on social media, and when they got in the office, they ain't got nothing to say. They ain't built like that.
You right, baby.
So just relax.
You right.
Let's get the outcome.
Stacey Dash, this girl done got arrested for hitting her husband. Like, I just, I'm having a hard time. This might help her a little bit. This might be something that, you had in one of them pivotal moments. I'm having a hard time with, and by the way, she on her mugshot, this is not on here. Her mugshot is
white, right?
Her mugshot is on the one side, yeah. But she put that she's white. She identifies that she's a white woman.
She identifies, and I'm gonna let her have that though.
But wait a minute.
I'm cool with it.
Can we just get to the part where she hit her husband, and how you get locked up for? So if I hit you, you gonna call the police?
Well, it depends on who hit first and all that kind of stuff. I guess I don't know, but I'm just saying I don't know. I don't care about her story. To be honest with you, because I don't really rock with her, so I don't really care. I just let her go to jail. Maybe this will help her and her. Because sometimes people gotta get grounded.
Yeah, you're right.
You kind of forgot because you left the hood a while ago, or you never made it all the way to the hood. You was suburban, and now you don't really know. but when it go down, you'll know.
She gonna know then.
When you go to prison, you're gonna find out.
One of my favorite rappers on the West Coast, Too Short, who's 53 years old.
That's your favorite rapper?
I said one of. He got my favorite song, Blow the Whistle. You want me to sing it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Too Short welcomed his first child, so congratulations to him. I only thought it was significant because he's 53 years old, never had any children, and now he's finally having his first child at 53.
Okay, well, that's commendable. At least he waited until he was ready to be daddy.
Yeah.
And not just be whore daddy.
Yeah, and in more Hollywood news, I know my husband doesn't care about this, but I know a lot of y'all care about this. Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner have called it quits. Okay. And I think that's temporary because you know how they all roll. But yeah, they call it quits. You see, I think they got a cute little baby. Did you see it? Did they put that up there?
I hope not. So we can keep it moving. So you don't have to waste your time with that buffoonery. So anyway, yeah, because I don't care about Kylie Jenner or
you don't,
Travis
but it's
Scott.
a lot of.
But anyway, they already know they on temporary hiatus. That's Hollywood. I ain't Hollywood.
Spotlight Sports. California signed a new law that will allow the NCAA athletes to hire agents and be paid from endorsements.
Love it.
This law is scheduled to go into effect 2023. You love this?
No, wait, say that again.
The NCAA, the California signed a law that the NCAA athletes, they get to hire agents now and be paid for endorsements.
Why would I not like that?
I'm not really into. You love that?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, they've been making tons of trillions of dollars off these young boys for years and don't give them nothing, selling their jerseys, doing everything. That's idiotic. Like, why would I let you take you don't run nowhere. You don't play nothing. You just got a league.
Right.
So then why are you confiscating our money?
Yeah, I get it.
my back pay. Like, I was in the league 3 years before you started this foolishness.
Right.
I want my money.
Yeah, well, in 2023 in the state of California, if nothing overturns it, that's what's going to happen. So.
Well, I love it, and I love the fact that the agent, I cannot forget, what's LeBron's, the young boy, the young agent.
I don't know.
I like him a lot. I'm so mad I can't think of shorty name. The young boy that's LeBron James' agent. Rich Paul. There you go, Pastor.
Yes,
Rich Paul.
That's right.
Thank you, Mighty Mouse. Rich Paul, shout out to you, bruh. And if you don't know about Rich Paul, please go on YouTube and look him up and check out his story. Rich Paul is a bad dude, man.
Okay.
One of the most.
Well, I'm gonna go look him up because I didn't know who.
40-some years old and a super agent.
Okay.
And they try to box him out by saying if you didn't get a college degree, then you can't be an agent. So you see how they try to backdoor you?
I see.
But we see you too, though.
Yeah.
So guess what? We was like, nope, doubt that.
I see.
Next question.
Yeah.
And it was dead. They try to box him out because he's taking all the money.
Right.
Young black man with no college degree.
Yeah. Oh well. Spotlight, Shining Stars, your favorite segment of the show.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
But
is.
you stole it from me this week, so I'll let you keep it. But shout out to Jamal Bryant first of all.
Pass Jamal Bryant down.
Pass
Jamal Bryant down there. We were down there for his birthday in like May, I think, right? And he has really been doing some really great efforts over there for the people in the Bahamas who their lives and homes were destroyed over there. He and his church, they are doing these black scholarships, getting them to go to school here in the United States on scholarships. And I think that is super commendable. That's not the only thing that they're doing to help those over there in the Bahamas, but that was something that stuck out to us this week, that they're helping to get them scholarships so that they can come over here to the United States and go to HBCU schools. I think that is wonderful. So,
shout out to that
Pastor Jamal Bryant, you are our spotlight shining star this week.
Yes, salute to you. You are doing big things, and we love it. And he's changing that situation around down there, and that's a must. That's a need, because a lot of people got left hanging. So
yeah,
cool. So hopefully he do a good job, and he seems to be doing a great job. So cool. But before we go any further, what about Oprah? We gotta add Oprah on. Yeah, Oprah not our spotlight shining star, but we have to let you know that Oprah Winfrey donated $1 million to what now?
She donated $1 million to the NAACP, the school chapter, so that another thing for colleges to get money. Yeah. Yep.
So I like that too. So yeah, somebody match it.
Yep.
Y'all match that. Make that grow.
Oprah got that money.
Oprah.
Yeah, Oprah got money. Your black fact is who this week, dear?
Man, Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah, what?
Black facts. I add black facts is just like Spotlight Shining Star to me. It's one of my favorite segments because we talk about things that's important to the community. And so because we are the people, black facts. And today, on October 2nd, 1967, Thurgood Marshall was sworn in as the first black U.S. Supreme Court justice. The first black.
Yes.
1967.
Yes.
So
they named the airport after him too, and beat Baltimore.
Yes, they did.
Thurgood Marshall BWI Airport.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, and we watched a documentary or like a movie about him. Remember, we watched that a few months ago, and it was really, really good. So yeah, black fact, Mr. Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
We got a lot to talk about today.
We got a lot to talk about.
Without further ado, we're going to get on over.
Commercial break.
We got our pastor in the building. We got Pastor Battle in the building, and he's going to come up here and talk about side Chickology, and we got some talk for him.
Yeah, we got some questions from some of our viewers. They've been sending questions to our inbox. So
yeah, so we'll be right back after this commercial with the pastor. Spotlight over the city.
Yes.
The moment, if you're close to a married man and you're a woman, the moment your respect for his wife goes down is the moment you need to move away from that relationship. Whatever the reason. Once you stop valuing her, if you can't value both of them, you don't need to be around either one of them. The moment, let me say something, because your disdain for her is a revelation of your attraction to him. And we got to pay attention to our true feelings. I don't care why it happened. Maybe he in confidence shared something about her dysfunctions, about her deficiencies that he should have never even told you, because that's their personal business and that's about loyalty. He should have never told you. But however your opinion of her went down, whether it's because of that or you think you'd be a better wife to her, to him than she is, when you get to that point, it's time for you to roll. Because you ought to respect family enough to say, I'm not going to break this family up. And I don't play with this. See, it's the same thing with a man. It's not just a side chick, it's a side slick. That's what you call a dude. If I'm a man and I'm close to a married woman, the moment my respect for her husband goes down is the moment that relationship needs to change. If she shared something with me that made me disrespect him and not appreciate him, I might be tempted to rescue her out of a situation that ain't none of my business. It ain't my job to rescue her. And if I start feeling that way, I need to back off. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? See, you got to respect family. At the end of the day, it ain't about what you want or I find them attraction. I done found my soulmate. How you going to call that your soulmate? They already married. That's a lie. The devil is a lie. You got to put family above all that stuff. Family matters. Your children matters. Your legacy matters. Your name matters. Your reputation matters more than your little feelings about somebody that turns you on and y'all got a lot in common. The hell with that. Family matters. That's what I'm talking about. Your family means more than your feelings. Oh, the cussing this month. Go tweet that. Your family's more important than your feelings with your little punk self. Always about your feelings. Your mama made you do whatever you felt like doing. That's why your little punk butt can't stay in a relationship, because your little mama spoils you. Now when your wife stands up to you, you can't stand in there and hang in there with your family because Freaky Keisha keep giving you butt on the side. I know what I'm talking about. Let me sit back down. Let me sit my little self right back down.
welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. And we have added us a +1. And you already know, no introduction needed. But in case you do need one, it's the mega. Let me give you the. It's the Mega Pastor. He's the Grammy winner. Well, that's a little bit of cap. But he's all this other stuff that people not.
Yes, he is.
But
he
to
really
us,
is.
he's the gangster pastor of the city. He's raw. He's right to the point, and he's just what we need for us. So welcome, Pastor Keith Battle.
Yes.
you, I love the longs.
Oh, we love
you, Pastor.
Yes, we do.
So, Pastor, that book, man, I'm going to tell you, we were listening to it on Audible, right? Did I say that right?
Yeah, I think
Jumped out there. Audible, that's football, right? Audio. We were listening on audio. Okay.
It's a platform called Audible.
Got it.
That covers audio books. So you may have been listening on Audible.
Okay, so I need to put my book on it.
We did that on Amazon.
So we were listening, yeah. And so when I tell you that it was amazing, man, some of the things that were being projected, like a lot of good points for women and men.
Yeah.
So that's what I like. It's across the board.
Yeah.
Across the board,
We're
women
not getting
and men.
beat up. We both kind of get it, you know?
Yeah.
And some actors helped me do that too. Some scenes in there where the side chick snitches on the man, and I had some actors come in and help do that part. So it's got music and drama in chapter 6. So, for the brothers that just need that while they listen to a book, you know. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
We for those of you who were watching the show, last year, we had Pastor Was it last year? No, it wasn't even a year ago.
No, it wasn't a year ago.
It was
earlier this year.
Yeah, it was earlier this year. We talked about the book.
Right before the play.
Right, that's right before the play. And we got into a lot of it, but we didn't get into all of it, all right? So we said we needed a part 2.
We had to come back.
We had to come back for that. And so thank you so much for being back with us. A lot of singles have been interested in this book, So a lot of people were thinking, oh, it's just for married couples. But no, it is a lot of nuggets in there that applies to single people as well, because they're going to eventually, at some point, some of them will get married, and you need to know these things. And you shared a lot of stuff about what to look for even before, before people get married. And what I think one of your favorite chapters, Babe, was 9, ribology, right?
Yeah, I was listening, ribology.
Ribology,
A lot of good points in there.
Yeah, ribology. What's the latest on have you been on your book tour still? Are you done with that?
Oh yeah, so I am still doing a lot. In fact, I'm hosting events now. I got one coming up the first weekend in November where people are really excited about is my wife is actually joining me, and we're doing a 3-hour thing on November 2nd here in the DMV.
Oh, we need to
People can
that.
check it out. It's for married couples, and you have to be engaged or married.
Okay.
And where we teach the stuff, the principles, the tools, like in chapter 12, that help build a relationship and protect it, right? And so that's been good. We've been doing a lot of workshops and retreats and stuff. And the book is still like usually by now a book would have kind of faded out. Yeah. But it's still picking up momentum. And I want to, if I may, I'm enjoying the show.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I could have sat here and just listened to the whole show, just the energy.
Well, I appreciate
Jenny and them and all that.
Yes, thank you.
When y'all talked about Amber Guyger, of course, I'm always going to bring it back to relationships, right? I think something should be said about the fact that the facts state that her phone records show that she was in a constant, inappropriate text dialogue with a colleague named Officer Martin Rivera, who's a married man on the same police force, saying things like, "I'm so horny tonight," and that conversation continued until she pulled over at 9:55 p.m. Dallas time. Oh. And the conversation ended 3 minutes before Brotham Jean's death. If I might be saying his name wrong.
Yeah, Brotham. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that when you're out there like that, your thinking is off. Right. Your judgment is off. You're already doing reckless stuff.
Right.
So I think something should be said about how stupid we act when we cross the lines. Actually, infidelity is a very immature behavior. People having sex in cars like we still in high school again. It's very reckless. And I just thought about that when we were talking about how this all is connected. And a lot of people aren't talking about that.
Yeah.
I know,
but they made the man testify, and he cleaned up. He's probably in big trouble at home.
He in big trouble.
But he deleted all the text. He had to confess it because you can get that data even if it's deleted.
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was, so that was part of evidence.
So he testified in court?
Yeah, they brought him on the stand.
See, what were they not talking about?
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I told you in the hair salon today, it's all kinds of stories now. I'm like, wow.
Okay, so
this is getting more interesting.
I'm glad we brought that out on this platform
Yes.
because people that you need to go. But so now that makes it more interesting for the 10 years because now you were being extremely reckless on top of it, and it's being proven.
Yeah.
So 10 years. What you think about the sentencing, Pastor?
So you know, I'm not up to date on what happens now. Does she have to do all 10, or is this? Or could she be out in 3
probably
years?
not. She could probably be out in about 3 to 4.
What they do, like 60%?
You know how they
of that?
gonna do
30%, right?
She gonna
So
slide out, yeah. First time offender, police officer.
yeah, so it's not really 10.
Get into a program.
I think it's interesting that the mother and the son have expressed that that's not going to bring their son back and their brother back. Her being in jail, I'm like you. Like that's a pretty profound reaction that they both had, and maybe, you know, she can be a part of doing good as a result of what she's done wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's just sad all across the board.
Yeah.
But you know, because I'm a relationship guy, I locked in on the infidelity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so
I
that
wonder
was
how it's connected.
That's right.
And how many people get hurt in all of this? There was an innocent bystander. So so one of the first recorded acts of infidelity in the Old Testament, somebody innocent got killed.
Yeah.
Like it was Uriah. He didn't deserve to die. I mean, so it can be some violence around this stuff.
David then sent the man to the front line.
Exactly.
And got the man knocked off so he could smash the man wife.
Tricky, man.
I ain't mean to
Just
jump
reckless.
David. That's my man.
Reckless,
I
right?
just had to tell the truth, David.
Yeah.
He did that though.
He did.
He did. So
He
I'm
did.
just saying that's why. Now I had a situation
First
like that
porn
before I was married where it could have cost me my life or somebody else their life.
Yeah.
And it was me just being in a place where I didn't know I was in the wrong, but it turned out that I was definitely in the wrong.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
This woman
is
told me that
dangerous.
she was single and she wasn't seeing anybody, and I was over her house and somebody can't put a key in the door.
Oh man.
Can I disappear right now?
Tough situation, right?
Yeah.
It's a tough situation.
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
Well,
We know you. The Lord brought you through.
I'm here.
He's here.
Hey, that was
Yes.
tough though. Yeah.
And he's under contract now for life.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
so
under contract.
With one leg turned.
that's
One
right.
leg,
We'll
bootleg,
That's
with
why I'm
one
gonna
leg.
work this one leg.
Bootleg.
That's right. That is so right.
I love
Most
it.
of the people who have been submitting questions, the consensus question, you know, I just kind of summarized it. Lots of people are saying, can you find out from him, what do we do before infidelity starts? Like, what are the things? We may have touched on this the last time, but people are really like interested in knowing what they can do, if anything, to kind of like shield their relationships from even coming in.
A lot of sex and being attentive. But go ahead, Pastor, what you were saying. A lot of sex though, and be attentive. Why you giving them sex?
You know, yeah, no, that's for a man. That's very important. You know, and I think oftentimes, you know, women make us feel shallow because like that's all you want, but all of our needs are different. And I think one of the things that can help too is being aware of how every blessing ends up moving us further apart, because infidelity often happens because the relationship is atrophying. People are separated. So when they get, you know, they did all this stuff when they fell in love to get married, but then they get married, they get a house, and the house takes their attention, and then they have children. And as soon as a woman goes from wife to mother, there's a different whole energy you got to put into mothering a child and giving this child your time, and women are nursing the children and all of that. So utilizing babysitters, keeping the fun in the relationship is very important. Because if you did enough to get married, or if I say to a lady, because most women are concerned, but whatever you did to get a man, you can keep him that way usually.
Yeah, that's
But
what
a
we
lot of
say
stuff stops. It just stops from both sides. The man stops pursuing, the wife stops being creative and all of that. And I think we have to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the ways you protect it. The main thing is having fun.
Yeah.
Making home a fun environment.
Yeah, and being intentional about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being present.
Yeah. We talked about that just in our. We're very
shout out to
candid
Duncan.
with our
We were on the
relationship.
Duncan
We were on the Duncan show last night, and you know, we are very candid about things that go on with us. And one of the things we struggle with is what he just said. You know, being present. Like with me having so much stuff going on with work, he's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. You chose that job, and you know, and then you know, kids and my mom's health and all kinds of stuff, and you know, life.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just seems like, you know, my mind, I'm not present. I'm there, but not present. And so I have to work, you know, I have to own my stuff, and I have to make sure that you know, that my relationship is not lacking because of that.
A lot of men want 3 A's, well, they want 4, but I can't say one of them want 8.
Y'all know what it is.
We got that one.
They want attention, appreciation, and admiration.
Oh,
So
y'all
attention,
got that?
being attentive,
break it down
being
fast.
attentive, like, are you, do you pay attention to me? Am I a priority? You know, we want to still feel like we're your boyfriend. Like when you come home from work, before you go in the kitchen and cook dinner or take care of the dog, take care of the kids, do you go find him, where my boyfriend at? Like that matters to a man. Or when he comes in the house, like he's been in the house 10 minutes and nobody said, welcome home, like we've been waiting for you. That's big for a man.
Right.
Appreciation is saying thanks for the things he's done. Thank you for how you take care of our house. Thank you for how you protect us. Thank you for how you provide for us, those things. And admiration is thankfulness for who he is. Thank you for being a good father, for being a man of integrity, for being brilliant, for being creative. Like those things, like he wants the woman to be his cheerleader. And we all know what the 4th A is.
Yeah, we
It's
know.
just-
We know what that is, y'all.
Praise the Lord.
Hey, so Pastor, you're intelligent. Like, I heard you say you went to Fairmont Heights again?
I went to Fairmont Heights.
So then, did you go to college?
Yeah, not really. I went to Prince George Community
went by
College for a while to study how I can be a comedian. I was just class clown. I ended up going to a place called Washington Bible College to do biblical training. But like when I was in 3rd grade, I had a high IQ. I took an IQ exam. I didn't even know what it was, and I had a high IQ, but I was just a clown.
Yeah.
And so, you know, a lot of people didn't appreciate, man, this could be something. Like you could do something with this. I was just getting in trouble and beaten and punished for it. But yeah, so I didn't. My learning comes from reading and observing things, I think.
Yeah, but I could just tell that you very
very
intelligent guy. So like, let's get back to this side to God, because I got a bunch of questions.
I know.
Let
Well,
you
we
finish
got a
adding.
bunch of questions, but this is always happens because
Run
this
out
is
of
such a
time.
great topic.
How much time we got?
We got a little bit of time.
This is like the hot seat. You see
We
me
still have an
sweating.
artist that's going to close the show out, so we got to make sure that we get to him. But listen, one of the other things, I thought this one was crazy. Says, can you mention that what is wrong with me and my husband being open with each other? And I've told him that if he wants to go get some side piece, he just needs to tell me. And if I want to go get a side piece, I just need to tell him. But if we don't agree to it, then we shouldn't do that. Is that one of the things that will prevent?
I know we talked about that.
I'm like,
last
wait
time.
a minute.
We talked about that last time, right?
Wait a minute, Pastor.
Because because the thing is, it sounds good on paper. Like, you know, you it's particularly for a man. You mean your wife tells you, just let me know? First of all, it's something in us that just ain't gonna do that. Like we can't tell her.
That sound like a trick.
That sound like a trap, right?
Me up.
Yeah. And then how often I gotta tell you what I do? I gotta give you details,
Right.
And then like if I'm a man, I don't know, just as a man. And I've given my wife permission to do that, and she come home, she'd be like, that was so good. Like, I'm done.
That's where it's gonna go bad.
Yeah,
when she go out to do it.
Right.
Like we
That's
cool
what
on
I'm saying.
outside.
Like we both.
But if she do it,
I'm
it's
sorry.
going down.
We both have this opportunity. Like she be like, then you go say, well, how was it? It's I never. I can't even explain. Are you serious? Are you
Matter of
serious?
fact, me and you gonna have to take off sometime.
You know,
this
no,
done went
you
too far here.
need him to come over. I'm gonna need you to let you meet him so he can teach you some stuff.
That's too much. I think it
yeah.
just gets too. I guess for me, I think I said something to you because I got a little. Because you was like, well, if what man would say no to that? And I'm like, you should say no to that. Why would you even want another woman?
The first man that was offered to in Genesis chapter 16, his wife Sarah said, "Here's my handmaid. Her name is Hagar. You can have sex with her because I can't have these babies. I can't." there's something I can't do, she can do it. And you know, he ain't say, sure, baby, you know, we can wait on the Lord. He's like,
Abraham was like, so when we get started?
Like, right.
Hagar was bad.
And it didn't work. It worked for a while, but it didn't work. You know why? Because Hagar knew that she could do something for the man that that his wife couldn't. And I think sometimes that becomes messy. People don't stay in their lane.
Right.
And Hagar wanted wife level. You know, so the Bible says she started treating Sarah with disrespect.
Right,
yeah. like I'm the one.
Sarah's like, yeah, I got the baby.
Yeah,
now what you got? They got child support forever now.
Right.
And Sarah's like, you work for me. So I just think that was an example that is just, I don't know. I just don't think it'll work. Maybe people like Monique, there are people who do it.
I think you have to be extremely mature. I think that ultimately it will fall in your face. Something will go bad on one side or the other, or both. Either feelings get involved with the other person to the point where you look at the wife like she your side chick.
Yeah.
And now this other girl is more, because a side chick, me personally, I used to be a professional whore. Like, I was a single man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't consider myself being a whore because I was not lying to the women.
Right.
I would say, I don't want a girlfriend.
Right.
And for whatever reason, when you tell a girl that, they want to make themselves be your girlfriend.
Right. That was your move.
So they're going to compete with each other for it. And I was young. And so as you get older, like when you're young, you get trapped off in that. Like eventually it goes bad.
Yeah.
Some kind of way.
Somebody going to go crazy.
I had a girl show up. I was living in Crofton. And this how long ago it was, like 90s. And this young lady showed up at my door and she did stab me in my side, but I caught her hand. But this is because I had a young lady in the house and I was honest and told her. I said, you can't come over here. I got somebody in here. She showed up at my door. Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And so this is the lifestyle that you can create. But when you're young, you go through this.
Yeah.
But when you get old, I would suggest that this is something, what we call child's play. You should do that as a young man. Like in your young age, get this out the way. I know that's not morally what they say to do, but as a young person, people can say don't have sex and this and that, but at 16, 17, 19, 22, you're going to probably explore your body. And so I would say be safe about it, but definitely don't have multiples like in our day. It was different.
Yeah.
It was a lot different. So
well, I want to get to another question from one of our viewers. Because I got this question like 8 times. Can we ask Pastor Battle, if once infidelity occurs, how do I stay with my husband? Like, I'm trying to stay, but it is very difficult. Every time I look at him, I start thinking about what he did, but I don't want to end my marriage. I really believe in it.
Yeah, I always say there are 5 things you got to have to rebuild trust. If these 5 things aren't in place, then I wouldn't tell her to stay. Because it's going to happen again. The first one is an admission. If a man doesn't admit that he did it wrong, if he's still lying about it and saying it wasn't what you thought it was, and you already know it was, then, he's still hiding. The second one is there has to be accountability. Like, he's got to make himself accountable. And accountability means access to data. Like, you can't have a password she doesn't have. Because usually all of the information is in the iPad, the iPhone.
It's somewhere.
Somewhere. So
I want to go back to that, but I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But no, I want you to keep going, but I want to get back to that.
Yeah, get his 5 points out.
Yeah. So you got to have an admission, you got to have accountability. Then you have to have what I would call amendments you got to make. Like, because even though a man may stop the behavior, he can't stop the emotions that made him behave that way. If he struggles with loneliness, emptiness, feeling rejected, he's going to still feel those things. So now he's got to find another way of medicating that pain. Okay. It may be hanging out with his boys or going to a game or picking up a hobby or something, spending time with his kids. But he's got to find another way, because you can't just sit there and think you're not going to feel the same stuff again. You have to be able to feel the same stuff and do something healthy with it. The other A word is called ambits, which are boundaries. You have to have something in your life that actually protects you from going back. And a lot of people aren't willing to do that. Like, they don't put boundaries in their life. And that can mean changing your number. That can mean blocking people on social media. That means unfriending people. It can mean changing jobs, changing churches. Like, you can't be around the people you were unfaithful with and everybody cool with that.
Right.
Like y'all still going on trips together, y'all still having lunch together. Like
Right.
what are the boundaries in place? And the last thing is there must be an acknowledgement of the pain that I've caused for everyone. So I can't just say I was wrong. I got to really be in touch with this. Could have cost everything, and I'm grateful that you stayed. Now, what do I need to do to rebuild trust? Like every day, being accountable, making sure you can never be missing. You can't be like you don't have your phone dead. Right. Your phone can't ever die.
It can't die.
You can't ever die. You got to use somebody else's charger, but you cannot be unaccessible for periods of time because that's the behavior that got you caught. Yeah. So go ahead with the comment.
now, because I don't. In a chapter of your book, you discussed this very thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember which one, and we were talking about it. This is why I said double back.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying we talked about it on the show before. You said your mate should have all your passcodes and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Once there's been infidelity.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to compare prior to versus after infidelity. Yeah. Because I think that it's almost imprisoning a person. And I don't mean to use it that strongly, but it would make me feel imprisoned if I had never did anything to my wife to violate my marriage, and she still had these type of demands in an early going set of our marriage, because I believe in independence. Like when I met Terry, I said, I don't want you to stop going out with your girlfriends on Friday nights if that's your outlet. I don't want you to do your whatever that is. Just do it with respect to your marriage. Yeah. But don't stop. They're still your friends. So I believe in that independence. Right? Yeah. So I believe that if you go into it that way, it's almost crippling, because that's why men sometimes say, oh, you about to get married, oh, your life over. That kind of stuff, right?
Look at these as handcuffs.
These are handcuffs she gave me a T-shirt with the handcuffs that said groom. Locked down. Yeah, locked down, right? And so that's what I mean. It makes men feel that way because of those things. Now, I do agree prior, like the aftermath of it all, if this is what you get yourself into, this is because you have now ill behavior. You can't be trusted.
Those are the consequences.
There you go. So now it makes sense.
Yeah, and
that
you're
you have
saying
to do that.
Right. You're saying it shouldn't be in play. You shouldn't have to oblige by those boundaries if you've been faithful.
And you've proven yourself to be an upstanding man in your marriage, or woman in your marriage. I believe personally that you should still maintain a certain level of independence as a person.
See, I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that at all, Stan, and I understand the logic of it. I also understand that emotionally and psychologically, trauma produces triggers. And sometimes you don't have to cause the trauma to have to live with it. Everybody brings a history into the relationship. And even though you weren't the guilty one, you're married to somebody who has a history of infidelity in their past and hurt and distrust. And so sometimes your behavior might look, that's how Steve used to do. Right. Steve used to go just like this when he would be thinking about another. And you don't even know Steve. Right. And I'm saying we can ignore that and dismiss it, or we can be sensitive to it. Right. Because at the end of the day, if I don't have anything to hide, I don't need to hide it. Right. But I think some of that is not, most of us don't marry anybody without some history. And that history, like, if you had the fact that you had somebody stab you who was upset with you, like that puts you on wanted. Like you don't want no woman walking up on you or whatever. Like, you see, you from the street, right? Right. You ever been in a fight? You've been in a street fight, right? Have you ever been stole before? Yeah. Snuck, right? Yep. Ain't that you only need one? Me too, right? All you need is one. Ain't you paranoid out here? Yeah. Anybody get in your range? Like, man, don't walk up on me. Don't walk up on me, right? And that's because I've been cut before. Yeah. So you can't walk up on me. Now the new people around you, man, I was just coming to hug you. Yeah, but DeCarlo snuck me, man. Right. Exactly. So I'm still, you just can't get in my space. Exactly.
Well, I got to cut y'all off. I'm sorry.
Look, hey,
I'm about to get in trouble.
Hey, Pat, we need 3 shows.
My man, I love it.
But we got the young man. We got
Demetri in
So we're going to let him close. But look, if we can do it after dark for 2 seconds.
We can do a spotlight after dark.
Yeah, because that's what we did. But if you could, we're going to go ahead and bring up our artist, and we'll be right back after this commercial, and we're going to get him on here.
Okay.
All right, spotlight over the city.
We go
man, we having a good time though.
We go in. I think.
He come right here.
No.
They know the best part. Say, oh, you're the best part. Let me hear y'all. best part. If you love me, won't you say something? Yeah. If you love me, won't you say? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say it, baby? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you say? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say yes? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Spotlight Over the City. I was going to tune this thing up a little bit, but they told me we don't have enough time. So, without further ado, we got the one and only Demetri in the building. Give it up one time.
Thank you for having me. This is just a love song to Jesus. This says how much I love him, how much I worship him, and how much I adore him for who he is.
Yes.
I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just wanna say that I love you more than anything. I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you, my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just wanna say that I love you more than anything. Wrap me in your arms. You are my shelter from the storm. When all my friends are gone, you were right there all along. I never knew a love like this before. Lord, I just wanna say that I love you more than anything. This is my favorite part right here. Oh, I love you, Jesus. Yes, I worship and adore you. I just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. Yes, I love you, Jesus. I worship and adore you. I just want to tell you, Lord, I love you more than anything. I love you, Jesus. I worship and
Thank you.
Welcome to Warner Brothers Studio Tour Hollywood.
Y'all do me a favor and give it up one more time for Demetri. Man, when I tell you I felt that from you did that from the stomach. That's how I sing. But that boy good. When I tell you that, man, tell them what you got going on, where they can find you in the whole nine before we get out of here.
Right now, you can find me on Instagram at Demetri Music, DEMITRI MUSIQ. Currently, I lead praise and worship at Liberty Christian Church in Oxon Hill, Maryland. So that's where you can find me. Also on Facebook, Demetri Simpson.
All right, y'all, we got to get out of here, man. One more time for Hall Mills Network. We forgot about you, but we love you. We are also on Roku TV, so make sure you check us out on Roku TV. And like we always had to, special thanks to Pastor Battle. You can find him on probably almost every day of the week at Zion. And he always did. I think he live at Zion, so you can come over to Zion. And they got a new home coming up, too. They think I ain't know, over in Greenbelt. So give it up to God for that, man. Y'all doing some amazing things for the community, Pastor. We love you. You are totally amazing, guys. So thank you for you being who you are. And Spotlight Over the City, we did it again. Find us on Spotlight Over the City YouTube page. Make sure you subscribe. We still older, so Facebook, we still over there, y'all. Facebook, y'all can go to Spotlight Over the City. Facebook, IG, Spotlight Over the City as well. So make sure you stay tuned into us every week, Thursday, 7 p.m. We locked and loaded. And before we go, we always got to tell you, love hard, live good, God first. Spotlight Over the City.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstar. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. I keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight.